It feels like I have not talked on here in a minute. And I'm in a bit of a funk right now, hence this video. Not really 1000% sure why. We just got back home from vacation, so I should be like refreshed and ready to go. Usually by the end of vacation, I'm so ready to get back in routine. I'm refreshed. I'm like ready to clean my house. And this week was just not like that. So your girl was dragging pretty much all week. Did not feel motivated to start eating healthy again. I had such trouble getting up for my workouts. I think I worked out like twice this week. When I woke up in the morning, I just felt like I didn't get enough sleep, even if I got like over 8 hours. And vacation was nice. We went on a cruise, we went to Disney. We had some much needed like time away from the kids, even though I missed them literally so much. But I'm definitely feeling ready to get out of this slump. The first thing that I need to do is make a list. I use a paper planner because I just get too distracted with things on my phone. I've been using a paper planner all year. It's my first year ever using one. So I'm ready to get organized, make a list, plan my week out, plan my meals out. So I'm gonna take you guys through how I start to plan my week out. I'm gonna show you what a weekly overview looks like, how I plan my meals out, my workouts, and like any events that I have during the week. Let's go. Okay, I'm coming to you live from my living room floor. So I just got done planning my week and I'm gonna show you how I break down the week and plan everything. So the beginning of the week for me starts on Sunday. So I go Sunday to Saturday. So usually at some point on like Saturday, today's Friday, I'm doing it a day early to show you guys. Usually sometime on Saturday, I will plan my week. Even if I don't fully know what the week holds, I'll write down and fill in blanks to what I do know, when I wanna work out, what meals I'm having. So on Sunday, which is in 2 days, I have something to film for a brand, so I just penciled that in. And then any other appointments or anything I have, I will go ahead and pencil in here. Any meetings, anything else that needs to get done, like calls that I have, I will go ahead and put in there. Then my personal favorite part, this is going to be where I plan out my workouts and my meals. My handwriting is atrocious, but I can literally break down what I'm doing, like full body day, full rest day, active rest day, and then my breakfast, lunch, and dinners for each of those days. So before I do this, I usually will have a grocery list already done, and then go shopping on Sunday, sometimes Saturday if I feel like it. But I keep my actual grocery list on my phone because it's a shared note between my husband and I. What's for dinner, so that's fully my responsibility, but he goes ahead. He'll add things like as needed if we need like paper towels or whatever. So I'm pretty much always starting with planning my meals, lunches, dinners, his dinners, what are the kids eating, things like that. Then making a grocery list, and then taking that and implementing it in my weekly overview. This week specifically, I'm going to be starting a very, very strict diet. Not by choice. I have been dealing with a lot of gut issues lately, like to the point where it's just like too uncomfortable to bear anymore. I'm someone who's very in tune with my body, and I just have known that there's been something wrong with my gut for like the past few months. Constantly bloated. I have sensitivities to foods I had never had sensitivities to. I can do an entirely different video on this. I'm pretty much working with a functional nutritionist to go through and heal my gut. It is not something I have heavily focused on until it became a problem I could no longer deal with. So I had to be very particular about how I'm planning out my meals. Sugar, no gluten, no alcohol. I don't drink anyway. No dairy except for like lactose-free stuff, I think. For instance, dinner I'm gonna be doing tzatziki chicken meatballs a couple nights, and then like a lemon salmon with like a big side of vegetables another night. And I'm rotating a couple different lunches. So spaghetti squash bolognese and chicken thighs with like bok choy and things like that. Anyway, just like looking at the protocol, it's gonna be something that's extremely challenging, but that's really why I wanted to get refocused, reset this week, because it's just a time and place that I really need to like hone in on like some motivation and some like fire up under my butt. So that does feel really good to get done. It's been quite a while since I've been in one of these ruts, and I'm a very highly motivated person, usually doing too much, usually a little too ambitious. But this is the first step to getting out of our slump. and I will see you guys when I'm going grocery shopping.
Hello again. Okay, it is officially Sunday, which means grocery shopping. Did do some of my grocery shopping yesterday at Walmart. I got a few things that I needed, mostly like meats in bulk. I got stuff for the kids, zucchini, sweet potatoes, some tea that I need. Okay, the sun just moved, so I need to move. This is the thing about being short and the sun and driving is that like the sun visor never does anything. It literally doesn't do anything. So if the light's a little funky, that's why. Anyway, I still have a bit of things to get at Sprouts. I could be in Sprouts forever. I'm the same way with Trader Joe's. I just literally feel like a kid in a candy store. But I did stop at 7 Brew because, as I mentioned, starting this week, I'm going to be on very like strict gut protocols. So it's like they put literal crack in this, like literal liquid crack. I get a medium iced blondie, half sweet. I do have to get moving because I'm on a time crunch. We're trying to make an early service today. And if you know one thing about getting the kids out of the house for church, multiply that by 5, all 6 and under, and it's a lot. So we gotta go. I'm gonna rapid fire the things that I have left to get at Sprouts. Cow powder, Brussels sprouts, gluten-free oats, sugar-free coconut yogurt, strawberries, blueberries, cucumber. If I can find a gluten-free, dairy-free tzatziki that also doesn't have tree nuts because I'm allergic to tree nuts, then I will get that. Asparagus, salmon, grass-fed ground beef, bok choy, Applegate sausage, manuka honey. It's siete tortillas, Hue chocolate, the sugar-free one. My functional nutritionist did not approve this yet, but I have a call with her tomorrow and I'm gonna grab it just in case for my sanity. Lactose-free good culture cottage cheese, lactose-free milk, and if I can find lactose-free cream, then I'm going to get it because I'm very excited to go to Sprouts. So I'm gonna take you guys with me and drown myself in the rest of this delicious coffee.
Hello! Okay, it is Monday, so the last time I talked to you guys was yesterday. Yesterday I did my food shopping, I meal prepped everything. We're in fact late to church, but it was just a very busy morning and I did not have the time or the patience to film like what I was prepping. So that's what I'm gonna show you guys now. I do have a call in 2 hours. I'm gonna have my lunch before then and probably have a snack on the call. Again, like I mentioned before, everything that I'm following this week is going to be according to my functional nutritionist to help heal my gut. But this morning is when I started everything and I took like my first round of like supplements that she has me on. Let me just Do you see that? Do you see it? Yeah, that's what I have to do every day. And there's 2 more bottles in the bedroom that I take like immediately waking up. I'm not gonna run through like all of this and like what it is and why, and like just because I don't want to give like false information. I don't think if you have gut issues you should be like following like exactly what I'm taking. This is a bunch of like mojo jojo juju stuff. I just don't want anyone just throwing like supplements at themselves because for the sake of it. I will like go into depth like maybe in a later video on like what I'm taking, things that I'm changing, but this is just kind of a surface level of what I'm doing. Peppermint tea, roasted dandelion root, and then I have things in my fridge, which I'll show you now. Because, like, forget all the supplements. Yes, they are very important, but the diet is going to be a majority of what helps you heal your gut. And specifically for me, I have candida overgrowth. And overgrowth of it is where you have issues. So you may have candida if you have things like brain fog, bloating, constant fatigue, diarrhea, constipation. I got these random food sensitivities that like I never had experienced before. Things that really shouldn't bloat me would make me like my stomach super hard and be super uncomfortable. So I'll show you some things that I prepped this week that are going to help me kind of stay on track. Or I'll just show you my fridge because that's easier. Okay, so again, I can't have any sugar. So sugar also means that I can't have like bananas, grapes, things like that. So if you see things like grapes in here, those are like for my kids. I still have a family to feed. So some of this stuff is my husband's and so forth. So for dairy, I am still allowed to have coffee. So I'm doing a lactose-free whole milk.
And these I literally just got for my sanity. I think I showed you guys these in Sprouts, but I got these Lily's dark chocolates. Again, she didn't approve them yet, but I'm gonna ask her like today if I can have a couple of them, because dang, I need something. Like 1 square a day, I need something. But I can have like as many berries as I want. So I got a big thing of organic. Oh my god, my fridge is like beeping. It's like there's like an alarm on it when you leave the door open like for too long, and I've only been like at this fridge for like 5 seconds. So please just relax. Okay, so I got like a whole bunch of berries, 2 organic blueberries, 1 organic strawberry. I can have cottage cheese, just has to be lactose free. Same thing with the yogurt. So this is a coconut yogurt. I lucked out with the yogurt because I was looking for a coconut yogurt that was also like flavored but unsweetened, because I just don't think that regular like plain ass coconut yogurt would be delicious. I'm sorry, no. But this doesn't have any sugar in it, so I got that. I haven't tasted it yet, so I will let you guys know. But I prepped a cucumber salad. This is gonna go with some chicken like patty meatballs that I have here. I just prepped these yesterday. It's literally, oh wait, no, those are the chicken thighs I prepped. These are the chicken patties. So I did just like ground chicken with veggies. There's onion, there's scallion in there. Usually I'd put like breadcrumbs in that to make it like more tasty. Can't have those. So I just did it really simple. I cooked them with olive oil. I'm gonna have that, the chicken patties, and this for lunch, which you'll see in a second. I prepped quinoa and sweet potatoes for my carbs. This is a very low carb diet. I also have to make them starch resistant. I believe that's the way you say that. So pretty much you have to cook them and then refrigerate them overnight for them to be like starch resistant. So she said I can have that. And then I'm allowed things like eggs, obviously. There's salmon, wild caught salmon in here for later. There's so many vegetables. So I have Brussels sprouts. I love Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts like are it. So I got Brussels sprouts. I also got things like asparagus, onion, bok choy, extra cucumbers, lemons are in there because I have lemon water every single morning. Things like lettuce just to add more volume to my meals, zucchini, carrots, squash, things like that. And that pretty much covers the fridge. What I was saying is this evening I am gonna make a spaghetti squash like bolognese. So I have some grass-fed lean ground beef in there I'm gonna cook up. Just with, oh my god, Jesus, got hiccups. Just with some tomato paste. So I got a spaghetti squash. I'm gonna roast this at dinner time and then use that, have that with my ground beef. And then I can have green apples. I don't eat green apples, like I just don't go for them. I usually eat red apples, but again, the sugar content. So I'm going to try to eat these just as like a snack. I got these gluten-free oats as well. And I also got Manuka honey. This is what it looks like. Listen, I have not tried this like a day in my life until this morning. So I was super worried because it's like, it smells like honey. It doesn't really smell like anything different, but it's very stiff. So it's not like, it doesn't have any like flexibility to it. Is that the word used? I don't know, but it doesn't have any like flexibility to it. So it's very stiff. But I do put honey like on my Brussels sprouts. So I air fried those this morning and had them with my breakfast and it was really good. Other things that I got like chocolate collagen powder. Collagen is not a complete protein. I'll add it in to count it towards my protein goal for the day. I'm not tracking my macros throughout this. I have a very good idea from tracking over a very long time what I'm eating, how much protein I'm eating. So that's pretty much what I'm gonna be consuming this week. The way I tried to map this out to make it as simple as possible, because I am coming out of a place of like not wanting to cook, being in a slump, blah, blah, blah. I picked 2 breakfasts, 2 lunches, and 2 dinners that I can alternate throughout the week. So breakfast, I did cream of rice with frozen berries, cinnamon, and stevia. And then the other one's just like a platter. So it's Applegate sausage, eggs, roasted sweet potatoes, and Brussels sprouts, which is what I had this morning. And then lunches, again, kept it really simple. Grilled chicken thighs with quinoa and like sauteed bok choy, or spaghetti squash bolognese, which is what I'm swapping my lunch and my dinner today, which whatever.
And then for dinners, I have wild-caught salmon with asparagus and cauliflower and zucchini. So you see they're like lower carb, a lot of veggies, like, or chicken meatballs with a Mediterranean salad, which is what I'm having right now for lunch. So let's go ahead and make that now because I'm starving. So we have the chicken patties with quinoa that I cooked with like garlic and like a chicken bouillon and like a cucumber tzatziki or cucumber like Mediterranean salad. Okay, I'm very excited to eat this without chicken. It's good. It's a little dry, you know? I will say one thing that I feel like I'm gonna struggle with my meals is going to be like sauces. Like a little bit of tzatziki on this would do wonders because like just the quinoa is like a little dry, and you know, it's just like with ground chicken. Like the chicken patties are really good, but it's actually this specific meal that I was trying to find a gluten, dairy free like tzatziki that also doesn't contain tree nuts, which is damn near impossible because all of like the dairy alternatives contain like some type of almond or cashew, and I just will die if I have that. So I can, you know, just needs like a little something, like a little like this. Another thing that I do want to preface is I'm not doing this by choice, right? Like, yeah, I'm obviously doing it like at my own free will, doing it because I was having such bad gut issues that I looked for someone who was qualified to help me in a functional medicine aspect because I didn't want to go a traditional medicine route. In my case, I likely got the candida overgrowth from being on antibiotics because I get sick so often, and when you're on antibiotics it kills bacteria within your gut, which is what it's supposed to do, but along with the bad bacteria that's trying to kill from like whatever infection you have, like if you have an ear infection or you go to the doctor because you have like a sore throat or you have the flu or whatever, it's also killing good bacteria. So if I had to put money on how this all started, it would be that. Because I was on antibiotics like on and off for like months and months at a time. This isn't something I would necessarily glamorize, but I am willing to try it to see if it helps with the right guidance, which is key. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish my lunch here. I have my laptop, I have like some work stuff I wanna get done. So I'm going to eat my lunch, finish up some work, and continue to like chug as much water as I can. Okay, so it is dinner time. I have a spaghetti squash roasting in the oven right now. I have never ever cooked a spaghetti squash in my life, so we'll see how this goes. But I am chopping up right now. I just chopped up carrots, zucchini, and then I'm gonna chop up this onion and like kind of like stir fry it with olive oil. Get them like nice and soft, season them, whatever. And then I'm going to cook up this. This is a pound of grass-fed lean ground beef. So I'm gonna cook this up, and then this is all gonna be my dinner for like 2 to 3 days. My husband took the kids swimming today, so the house has been so quiet, but I literally feel like I have not had the time to like take advantage of just like sitting and like resting. Today was just so busy with work. Just want to soak in like cooking in quiet for like a few more minutes. So we're gonna make dinner and then I'm gonna show you once it's all done. Oh, also I'm gonna add garlic. I've been adding garlic. I add literally garlic to everything when I'm cooking. You can never have enough garlic. I'm gonna be using this Good Culture lactose-free cottage cheese instead. And I'm gonna be blending it so it creates like more of like a sauce for the bolognese, and then adding it with some just like regular schmegular tomato paste. If it's too thick, I'll do like a little bit of bone broth in there. Also just adds a little bit extra protein. And then I'm gonna mix it in with the meat, so the meat gets like this thick coating, and assemble it all together. And then I will put it inside the spaghetti squash, which has about like 15 minutes left. So
Okay, this ended up being a little too thick. I'm gonna add a little bit of bone broth. This company sent me a bunch of their bone broths and I tried one the other day and it was really good. So I am gonna add some of that into here. Oh, that was probably too much. Good morning. Okay, it is much earlier than I've gotten up in the past week, so I will take that as a win. Okay, I just filled up my water and I have to take a couple things before I go into the gym. I'm gonna try and get an early workout in. The days this week that I've tried to work out in the afternoon just did not happen. I will say that because of the gut cleanse that I'm on, I definitely feel less energy in the morning, and I'm also not having like any energy drinks or anything like that. I'm debating switching maybe at least a couple days of workouts to the afternoon. It's just hard with the kids. Like the morning is usually like the only time that I have where I can like guarantee that they're not going to be up that early. Like the baby is still sleeping, so now is like the time where I get like my quiet and my time to myself. I'm gonna wrap a couple things up here and then go into the garage and do my workout. My husband's actually in there right now working out, so we're gonna join him. And then I think once the baby wakes up, we're going to go to Whole Foods. Trust me, I do not want to go to the grocery store as much as I have been, but we gotta make a trip for a couple things, so I'll catch up with you guys on that later. Well, that workout truly just feels like trash. That there's certain protocols that I need to follow, but I think mentally I'm very much struggling with the fact of it's affecting so many other parts of my lifestyle. I feel like I have no energy for my workout, which is like, of course, like I'm cutting out a majority of my carbs. Like my capacity for energy is just not gonna be there. I feel myself getting frustrated during the workout. I'm frustrated with my food. I'm frustrated with my workouts. Working out is like that one thing that I do for myself before like the kids get up, before my family needs me, before I need to start work, before my clients need my attention. Like if I'm not looking forward to that in the day, or I don't have that outlet, it feels like that line gets blurred between like how extreme this really needs to be. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if I can truly sustain it for weeks and weeks and weeks at a time. Like where's the quality of life line? Do you know what I mean? So if I can stick to it, great. If not, like I have to be realistic with myself. But I am gonna go get my daughter ready and we're gonna head out. So I'll see you at Whole Foods. Let me see. Ah, say bye-bye. Here. Thank you. What's this? Yummy. Is it good? Is it good? Yummy. So for whatever reason, it was literally ungodly busy in that store, but I did manage to get a iced coffee on the way out. I have never ever had Whole Foods coffee in my life, and I got a latte. It was pretty good, and this was like $5. So when we get back home, I'm gonna show you guys what I got. I got these like strawberry banana little finger snacks for Solina, and this is gonna be the only thing that makes her last from here and home, which is about like 20 minutes. And like I said, I'll show you everything that I got. I'm also like blinded right now because I brought my sunglasses in the car. I know I did. Now they're literally like nowhere to be found. So I'm like raw dogging my eyeballs all the way home, which sucks. Okay, I just got home. I had to hop on a meeting before I got into this haul. And I also forgot to mention the coffee that I got at Whole Foods. I got a vanilla honey latte. I originally wanted to try the brown butter latte, the brown butter, cookie butter. I don't know. It's some type of like viral like coffee from Whole Foods, but the chick pretty much like talked it down. She was like, it's just pumpkin and caramel. And I was like, okay, like, I guess I won't get it. Like, I don't know. I guess I was expecting, like, more, like, I was like, pumpkin. Like, why would there be pumpkin in it? But whatever. Anyway, I'm going to show you guys what I got. So, I'll start off with the stuff that's... My daughter's going to be ready to go down in, like, 5 seconds. Start with, like, the packaged stuff. I got more of these Lily's, like, chocolates. I told you guys I'm not going to get rid of, like, I'm limiting, okay? I'm trying. But I got these Lily's chocolate. There is no added sugar in here. What's the matter? Okay, come. I also got these Mary's Gone crackers and super minimal ingredients. I got a couple of these Siete. I got a couple of these, a couple of these Siete like seasonings. One chicken and one just regular like taco seasoning. Not aminos to cook with because my meals are about bland as heck. And I got this, okay, let me tell you something. I was hyped to find this cheese, okay? Did you drop it? Ugh, Jesus. I was hyped to find this cheese, okay? This is the brand, Credo. It's made with like oat milk. But you know what else it has in it? Cashews. Let me tell you something. This whole diet and going like dairy-free, gluten-free, sugar-free, happy, fun-free, okay, free, sucks when you have a tree nut allergy. I can't have almonds, I can't have cashews, I can have coconuts, but this has cashews in it, so this in itself is an L, and I'm very upset about it. Hold on. You want to know something? When you're holding a baby and they try and grab something like that? No! You're gonna rip off my arm, girl. Some of these chicken nuggets from Applegate. And I also got these chicken and maple breakfast sausage patties. I got this pickle de gallo. It's supposed to be pico, obviously, but with pickles. I don't know, but I need something for like, to like boost these meals up a little bit because, I didn't check if there's sugar in this. This is like the issue. Okay, I did get this Coco June yogurt. Listen, there is no like good tasting and like has a good amount of protein yogurt for this like this cleanse, and this does have cane sugar in it, so it's cheating a little bit. I literally got one just to try it to see how I like it. And I also got these cassava flour, these Siete tortillas. I've gotten like 10 different Siete products because a lot of their stuff is made with almond flour, but these are cassava flour, which obviously doesn't have tree nuts in it and is still gluten and dairy free. So I'm excited. I'm actually gonna probably try this today with my dinner. And I got a fat rotisserie chicken that I actually dug into the second I got home because I was so hungry. Why is dairy and gluten-free so expensive? It literally feels like a disability tax. It feels like we're being punished because this is the way some people have to eat. You gotta go down for a nap. Let me take her and maybe we'll be back later. But I gotta put this one down for a nap. All right, it's Friday now. I just cleaned up my house. My daughter just went down for a nap. It's like
2 o'clock, not even 2 o'clock right now, and I'm having a very chill Friday. I'm drinking a little bit of dandelion root tea. This is something that is also my protocol. And so far today, I've cleaned up, I've done some work, and I've also planned out my next week's groceries and meals. So I kind of told you guys like how difficult I feel like this has been this week, and it's, you know, mainly because I'm pretty much like getting adjusted to like this new lifestyle and this new diet that I have not followed and have not needed to restrict myself from for literally ever. I took the time to scroll on TikTok, and the TikTok girlies always come through. So I did like make a list of like a few meals that I can have for dinner and for lunches here. So I'll kind of go over like a couple of them. So I'm gonna do a coconut cream chicken, beef tacos a couple nights, and the coconut cream chicken will also be like for a couple nights because I'll have leftovers. A creamy chicken soup, steak fajitas, and then the chicken soup I think has leftovers. So obviously you're seeing a theme here. I think like my biggest struggle with this past week and like trying to make my meals was like I was trying to just like make them like from like scratch and kind of like bland and boring, and then like I had a couple like L's on like condiments like that were just like not good, so that definitely like played a part. So I was really trying to be intentional about like my dinners and things I could look forward to. Like last night for instance, I had ground turkey and rice, and I did like a teriyaki ground turkey, super easy to make, and I actually really enjoyed it. So I have those for dinners, and then for lunches I'm gonna be doing a BLT chicken salad and that ground turkey teriyaki that I was just telling you about. So I'm gonna do that for prep next week. Throughout the week I just felt like I can't do this, like this is too big of a change. I still have doubts that I can complete it for as long as I need to complete it, and I think it really sucks, like I said, because I don't really have a sensitivity to dairy or gluten. It's just that the Candida feeds off of dairy and gluten and sugar, so I really like have to limit that, and I'm gonna like do the best that I can to stick with it. I think I'm trying to shift my mindset on it being like 100% perfect all the time to improvements are better than doing nothing about it, because it really does start to feel hypocritical because I don't tell my clients that they need to be perfect with their nutrition. I don't expect them to be perfect with their nutrition, their workouts, with their habits, their step counts. Like I never expect perfection. So it feels hypocritical for me to expect it of myself. I have a maybe good, maybe bad habit of like holding myself to like very high standards, but I am feeling a lot better about this week and this upcoming week. So I definitely feel like getting out of my rut this week worked. It took its time and it had its moments, but I feel a lot better going into the next week. I do still have to work on getting into my routine again with my mornings, you know, not snoozing, but I already planned out like things that I'm filming, my meals, groceries. I'm gonna grocery shop tomorrow. My house is clean and like ready for the weekend, and I'm just feeling a little more calm about everything. If that sounds familiar to you, like you have this all or nothing mindset, this perfection, or like binge or balls to the wall, or like, you know, F it mindset when like something doesn't go right, this is your sign that it's complete self-sabotage. And again, trust me, like I just said, I literally struggle with this. I struggled with it this week, and I coach women for a living. So nobody's perfect. You shouldn't put perfection on your shoulders. It's just an unrealistic expectation that you probably won't reach. If you're in a rut right now, if you're trying to get back into routine, like you just got back from a vacation, or you took some time off from the gym, or you've been eating like shit the past week, just take some time, pen to paper. Personally, I would suggest pen to paper because your phone's full of distraction. Write out your to-dos. Write out what you need to do. Brain dump on that paper. Just kind of get everything out of your mind on what you want to accomplish. From groceries, from planning your week, from, you know, planning your workouts, what the kids have to do during the week, you know, things you have to buy for school, like lunches you have to pack, places you want to go, whatever. Like brain dump it all on a pen and paper. and just start attacking it slowly. Sometimes you physically have to force yourself to do something just to kind of get into like the flow again and get in the flow of doing it and like getting back into your routine, because your body just won't want to do it. But if you can get over the mental hurdle of being in a rut, that's honestly more than half the battle. So I hope you enjoyed this week's video. Thank you for staying along with me in a very chaotic week. I will be sharing more of this journey over on my Instagram and TikTok. I'm an Instagram girly, but if this was your first time seeing one of my videos, I hope that you stick around and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!